Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and my guests today are from an upcoming production at Dreamwell Theater in the Iowa City area. Carrie Pozdol is with us. Carrie, hi.
Hello.
And Erin Lauer. Hi, Erin.
Hi.
Nice to have you both here.
Thank you.
This is a new play called Artemisia. And Carrie, you're directing the play.
Yes.
And Erin, what's your role?
I am playing Artemisia Gentileschi, and I'm actually one of two actors playing the same role.
Oh, okay.
I'm playing the older version.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. This is a new play, Carrie?
It is, yes. It's a brand new play from Lauren Gunderson, and it was commissioned by Forward Theater in Madison. And so I went to see that performance because I love Artemisia Gentileschi and I love Lauren Gunderson. And as far as I know, we are only the third company performing this play so far.
So I have to admit my own ignorance. Yeah. I don't think I'm familiar with Artemisia Gentileschi.
You know what? A lot of people aren't. She was actually a very prolific and well-known artist in the 17th century, especially for being a woman. Her father was also a painter. It was kind of like the family business. But she was most well-known, unfortunately, for when she was 17 years old, she was attacked by a family friend, and she and her father ended up taking him to trial, which was unheard of, really. And so to prove her innocence, or to prove her truth, not really her innocence, her truth, she ended up being actually tortured. They tortured her with their hands and stuff, and it was a long trial, but she won.
Well, so a lighthearted family comedy.
But she continued after that. She overcame, which is great.
So that is a story, and yeah, you're right. 17th century, a woman making any kind of official testimony had to be just a huge undertaking.
Yeah, it's nuts because they still have the full transcripts of the trial, which is not something people usually have either. So.
And so you were familiar with this character in this story out of history.
Yes, probably like 2019, I think. I just came across an article about her, and I was like, "Who is this?" Because I really loved her painting, and I'm wearing one of them.
Oh yes, if you're watching the video, turn into there you go. You can see one of Artemisia's paintings.
And I was like, "Wow, she's really good. I really like these paintings. Who is this person?" And the more I read about her, I was like, how have I never heard of this person? Because she's just, she was incredible. She had an incredible life. She painted for royalty. She has a lot of paintings people have probably seen but don't know that they're her.
So what part of her life then does the play? Because it sounds like there's a lot of her life that doesn't have to do with this awful experience with an assault.
Right. Yep. So they touch on that, in the beginning, but it's really about how she moves through life and how she interacts with her family and has to navigate those, complicated relationships, and her finding her own path and not trying to be defined by that tragedy, and not trying to diminish her own talent in any way just because she's a woman.
So Erin, you play Artemisia, but the play has her at two different stages in her life.
That's
yes?
right. Yep. So we kind of meet in one scene, and then I take over the reins. And so I'm playing her when she is she has become an established painter, really sought after, and she's a wife, she's a mother, she has love and loss, and there's just a lot in this story, and it's funny. It's really funny.
Okay, so
well-written, funny
so
show.
I made the joke that made it sound like this was going to be some heavy drama, but not so much, huh?
There are parts, but the humor is just brilliant. So
it's something Lauren Gunderson does really well.
Mm-hmm.
She balances a lot of humor with serious topics, and this is her knocking it out of the park again.
Were you familiar with Artemisia, Erin?
I was not, and I'm happy to know about her now. It's just, her artwork is beautiful. And you can actually find the love letters that she wrote to another character in the play, and her lover, Francesco. So you get to read the love letters she wrote to him.
Oh, there's always a Francesco in 17th century plays. So does this take place? How period are you getting with this? Are we doing, are we doing full Bridgerton gowns, or is it more, more leaving a little of the imagination?
Right. I would say it's kind of a mixture. The set is definitely more theatrical. It's not going to be hyper realistic at all. The costumes were leaning in that direction and closer to what they should be, probably more time accurate, but it's gonna be a much more theatrical feel overall.
Erin, as you got more familiar with this woman, so obviously you've done the research because you went looking for her love letters and things like that. What's kind of her one defining characteristic that started to kind of leap out at you that as you did the study, and I'm sure will inform your performance?
The thing I most admire about her is that she asks for what she wants. And sometimes it's hard to do in the world that she's living in.
Yeah, again, 17th century.
Right,
yeah.
But she says, this is what I want, and she does it without worrying too much about what the pushback will be.
Mm-hmm. And now you play her in the latter stages of her of the play. Tell me about the person who plays the younger Artemisia.
Audrey, and I forgot her last Boyle. Thank you. I'm terrible. Audrey Boyle is playing younger Artemisia, so at 17.
Okay.
And she's just fiery, and she and her father have such a funny relationship because, they're very similar. They have that like head-butting kind of thing because they are very similar, and so they have a lot of back and forth in the beginning of the play, and she's still doing work and getting commissioned for things even at 17. So Audrey just does a beautiful job with bringing that like youthful fire with it.
So our characters include Artemisia at two stages of her life, Artemisia's father.
Yep.
Who else is involved?
There's another person who plays two roles, and it's Artemisia's mother, and then she also plays Artemisia's patron later on, who's Duchess. I should have had my crib sheet. Duchess, who comes in and commissions her and kind of has a big impact on her life. And then there is Matthew James is playing Francesco, who is the boyfriend.
So I asked Erin kind of what she was, drawing out of this character. What's the thing that you want people to take away from this play as the director?
I think I would like people, first of all, to just know who she is and to know what she was beyond the one headline, and to walk away knowing that, or being maybe hopefully inspired that they can pursue what they know they're good at, and they don't have to apologize for it or try to put their light under a bushel. Just kind of, you can be you and live life on your terms.
Coming up, so you're in the midst of rehearsal. This is coming up at the end of the month, I think. Opening is June 27th?
June 27th, Yep, through the 29th. So it's through the 30th, but it goes June 27th, 28th, and 29th at 7:30, and the 30th at 2 p.m. And it's going to be at the James.
At the James, excellent. Yeah, what a flexible, fun space. You do anything there. So
I know. I'm really excited about it.
Excellent. Is there anything that's changed in terms for either of you? Going into this and now kind of being, kind of mid-rehearsal, is there anything that's surprising you or that's different?
What do you think?
I think for me, with the script, the first time I read it, I loved it. I read through the night. I couldn't put it down. And so, I've loved it from day one, but now hearing it and seeing these actors bring it to life, it's just, the humor is really apparent. And it's, I'm excited for people to see that.
The play is Artemisia with Dreamwell Theater, going up June 27th through the 30th at the James Theater in Iowa City. How do we get tickets?
You can go to www.dreamwell.com/view-tickets/
Yeah, or just
go to Dreamwell, find tickets.
There's probably a link on the website there. So dreamwell.com if you're interested in tickets for this unique show. It sounds like a blast. Yeah, thanks for bringing it to our attention. And just the third time it's ever been produced.
That I'm aware of. Yeah.
So I love it when we bring new plays and stuff to the area. Well, Good luck with the rest of the rehearsal process and break a leg for the show. It sounds like a blast.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time.
The play is Artemisia, and again, it's at Dreamwell Theater, dreamwell.com for more information and tickets. You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio many weekdays at 10:30, or download the podcast using your favorite podcast player or at kcck.org/culture. Watch the videos on our Facebook or YouTube channels. Our producer is Lydia Kilgore. I'm Dennis Green. I'll talk to you later.